Uh, Karibuni sana mnayoniangalia live hapa kwenye streaming kuhusu Afrika au South Africa, what's going on in South Africa. So pretty much kama unaniangalia live, ningependa tu discuss kidogo kuhusu issue ambazo za muhimu sana kwenye bara letu la Afrika. Of course kuna vitu lazima tuvizungumze ili tuweze kuviweka sawa. Of course mimi kama Mwafrika na Mtanzania, Afrika ndio kitu ambacho nachokivunia, na Waafrika ndio ndugu zangu, watu weusi ndio ndugu zangu. Sasa kama tunakuwa badilishwa au kuna Waafrika wenzetu ambao wenyewe wanaona kwamba tuseme kwamba wanahisi kwamba uwepo wa watu weusi kutoka nchi nyingine au kutoka kwenye taifa lingine, wanahisi kwamba ni wanawachukulia kazi, au labda kuna some kind of tunasema kwamba fursa za wale watu wenyeji au wazawa zinakuwa zinachukuliwa. Pretty much hii issue tuiweke wazi tu kwamba kuna mpango mzima ambao unaendelea pale South Africa. Mi kama ni mtu ambaye nimeishi South Africa for a long time, nimekuwa nashuhudia matukio mengi sana yakitokea pale South Africa. So ukiangalia hii issue kiukweli, inasikitisha sana. Inasikitisha pale ambapo unaona kabisa kwamba watu weusi wenzetu wanakuwa na wivu au wanakuwa na ubaguzi. Unavombagua mtu mweusi mwenzio kwa sababu tu hajatoka mahali pale ambapo wewe umezaliwa, na ukawa unamsingizia kwamba ukosefu wa ajira au labda maisha yako magumu ni kwa sababu yeye yupo. Hichi kitu kwa mimi ambaye nimeishi South Africa kinaniuma sana. Of course unaangalia, unaona kwamba watu ambao wanakwenda pale wanafanya hustle zao, wanapambana sana kujaribu kujikwamua katika maisha, lakini unakutana na changamoto kama hizi. Kuna watu nawajua ambao wana watoto pale, wamezaa pale, wanawake pale, wako pale kwa muda mrefu sana. Hii issue ya South Africa walichokifanya au wanachoendelea kukifanya, wanajitafutia tuseme uadui mkubwa sana Afrika kwa Afrika wenzao, na pia wanajitafutia kwamba kitakachotokea kule in the next maybe 1 year to 2 years or 5 years, even 20 years to come, even 30 years to come, kitakachotokea in South Africa kwamba au labda kutakuwa na mabadiliko ambayo yale kama yaliyotokea miaka ya nyuma, miaka ya 1950 au 60 au miaka 1970 huko, ambako kulikuwa na apartheid, ubaguzi wa rangi, ambako watu weupe wazungu walikuwa wanawakandamiza au wanawaua wa South Africa ambao ni watu weusi. Hapo naongelea kuhusu Wazulu, Xhosa, Ndebele, Tswana, Pedi, Zulu na makabila mengine. Unajua kuna lugha kama 13 makabila kama 13 pretty much, ambapo ukiangalia hayo makabila, mimi kwa watu ambao nimeishi nao, nimeishi na Wazulu kidogo, nimeishi na Afrikaners, nimeishi na Xhosas, nimeishi na hawa watu wa Tswana kidogo, watu kutoka Pretoria huko. Na unapokuwa unaishi na mtu ambaye ana elimu kidogo inakuwa kidogo inaleta unafuu, kwa sababu unaangalia kwamba kuna watu ambao wameenda shule, wana elimu, wanajua na wana utu, na kuna watu ambao hawana utu kama hao unawaona wako barabarani kila siku, wanapambana na kitu ambacho hakitakiwi hata kupambana, kitu ambacho hakitakiwi hata kutumia nguvu. Sisi wote ni Waafrika wamoja. Mimi naomba uniachie comment hapo kama unaniangalia live right now, hapa kwa namba pretty much, tujaribu kulizungumzia hili. What do you think? Au wewe mwenyewe au mwenzangu unaonaje kwenye hii issue ambayo inatuhusu watu wote ambao ni Waafrika? Kiukweli hizi issue zina tunani sana. Hapa kuna jamaa anasema Arif, what's happening man? Look, I know maybe for those who can understand my Swahili, you see, discussing about the xenophobia in South Africa, it's very sad that to see our own people, our own brothers, like us here in Tanzania, like me, age, everyone who's like from 30 to 18 to 15 years old. Everyone right now who are age of 30, they know the struggle of South Africa. They've been supporting South African since. Like us here in Tanzania. Well, I remember when I was going to school, even before I moved to South Africa, when I was little, because we were like when we go to school, like in the morning before we enter class, so we used to go 2 rounds, like on the field, we running and chanting freedom, free South Africa, and then saying that we used to have these words. I don't remember that well in terms of like talking about Afrikaners, that African to give up, not to oppress our South African people. So today, to see that our brothers and sisters are really even going to actually to violence, to chase other African brothers. Look, we used to toy, we used to like chanting free South Africa. Like for us here in Tanzania, there is history about Nelson Mandela. I think he left some of his shoes here in Tanzania. So I'm trying to actually figure out like what exactly can we do in this condition. How do we need to say to this to our brothers in South Africa? What exactly can we do to actually convince or to talk to them? Let's have a conversation of how do we, if they are tired and fed up for other people to be into their country, what can we do? You see, that's the thing. What can we really do? Not going to violence, starting like chasing other people, maybe even beating people up for just, and those are the people that you actually fighting the wrong people. You're supposed to fight for like should I say, like you're supposed to fight white minority. who are like taking all the land. 80% the land is still on white owners. I mean, I've been to Garabo, I've been to Stellenbosch, I've been to whatever, anyway. And I've been to Kairicha, Guguletu, Nyanga, I've been to Soweto. My boys, I used to hang out with one of my friends, Tabiso, whose hometown is in Soweto there. I'm sure you remember Pitch Black Afro, you know, an artist that used to have like a big afro. He's my boy. I used to hang out with him like most of the time. When I was a kid, the little boy, hang out with him, you know. And then I used to hang out in Cape Town. I used to hang out with Afrikaner boys, Afrikaans. You know, I used to go to even to African farms. Some of them, they were like a surprise. Like, you see, oh, a black dude. Oh, wait, you can see that you're not from here. Why? Because I'm just. For us here in Tanzania, we don't see colors. We don't really see colors. We have never experienced racism, but when I was in South Africa, I experienced that racism and xenophobia here. You see, when you go to some white people who they are racist, they call you kafir. You see, they call you blackie, they call you a monkey, they call you all sorts of names. But when you go to other Tio people also, like you go to some of the black South African, our brothers, they call you kwere, they call you foreigner. It's really, I mean, you just you stranded. Like, what can you do? You go to white people, they call you foreigner, they call you you black, you call you kafir, and then you go to your brothers, they call you kwere, they call you foreigner, and then you are in the middle, and you still in Africa, where the continent that your ancestors walked through, maybe they even lived there. Because white people came and make it borders, so this is becoming like, you know, so-called that it's your country. Yes, we know. Let's go to the rules and regulations that we have been putting ourselves, that make border. Yes, but how do you really? You can wake up one morning to say that your brothers and sisters are taking your jobs. They're taking your woman. It's crazy. And some of the things that you hear, just you cannot explain, you know, you see. But anyway, this is my first live streaming. I just want to also sort of like see what can we really do, tufanye nini. Tufanye nini kama Waafrika, tufanye nini kama wazalendo ambao we are the only upcoming upcoming elders that we supposed to take care of ourselves. We supposed to know like where are we going as an African? How we united? You understand what I'm saying? So how can we unite it when we have other Africans who don't like us, who don't like other black people? You see, I think that the only problem that we have right now is that we need to accept that we need to have freedom of movement. If you want to come, if you're a South African, you want to come and just chill here, start your business here in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, you're welcome. It's longer that you don't do violence, you don't do what is bad to others, you see. I just want to say hello. I've got Alif who's watching me right now. Alif, man, what's happening, man? I hope you're good. please drop me a comment and see what we can discuss about. What do you think about how we need to discuss in terms of like this issue of xenophobia in South Africa? Sisi kama vijana wa Kitanzania, sisi kama wa Tanzania, je, hii issue tunaifanyaje? Tunajaribu kusort out vipi? Kwa sababu sisi wa Tanzania we contribute a lot kwenye mapinduzi na uhuru wa South Africa. Tunajua history kwamba Mandela alivyoachiwa jela, when he came out from prison, Nelson Mandela, the first country that he came, it was Tanzania. So I'm sure South Africans right now, they even some of them, they even denied. They tried to say even Mandela, when he came out, he actually betrayed them. Imagine young people are starting saying those things. But I'm not surprised, because even the times of apartheid, black people, they used to sold. They used to be sell out. Some of them, they were sell out. They were called Mkondo Sizwa. They used to call the cops from Mkondo Sizwa. Mkondo Sizwa is those who were like fighting, freedom fighter, wale ambao walikuwa wanapambania uhuru, ambao walikuwa wako ndani ya South Africa, wanapambania uhuru wa Afrika Kusini, na weusi wenzao walikuwa wanawaita, walikuwa wanapigia simu makaburu. Oya, kuna huyu hapa mwingine yani they were snitches. So I'm not surprised right now. Maybe they are the same snitches right now, but they showing up with the xenophobia face. You see, so someone like Julius Malema right now, you see, Julius Malema is one of the freedom fighter who's really a leader, who's really doing very well, and I'm just a little bit surprised that even right now, I mean, look, the guys who are talking nonsense about Julius Malema, that why he's defending like foreigners, kwa nini defend the foreigners? Guys, yani wa South Africa, kama mkirealize, if you wake up one day and you realize that this, to fight for foreigners to go out of your country is not a good cause. It's not a activist. It's not, you are not a hero. You are not a hero at all for fighting your fellow brothers and sisters to go back home. That as you say, you see, and I think this will be a consequence for you. One day when you wake up, you will realize that your brothers who are there for you, who want to be there for you, who maybe will help the South African economy, or a new way of South African to be a leader. I mean, I'm so surprised, like when South African the guys who are fighting right now for foreigners, you should fight to take back the land that's still owned by white people, 8%. If you do that, if all this strike and all over the country that about foreigners, if you do it about your lands, hiyo ndo kitu ambayo itawasaidia sana wa South Africa. Brothers, if you're watching me from Kenya right now, please make sure una drop comment from my people in Kenya. What do you think about unajifikiriaje kuhusu wa South Africa ambao wanawafukuza na vurugu nyingi kuhusu wageni? Tufanyaje sisi kama vijana, kama Gen Z? Kwa sababu naona Gen Z tu wanaanza kujitokeza kwa sababu ya labda kiongozi akiongea vibaya, kiongozi akileta labda hizi, lakini Gen Z hawezi kujitokeza kuongelea masuala ya muhimu kama haya ya ubaguzi au ubaguzi wa foreigner South Africa. Tuungane pamoja, tuongee, tujaribu kuwa na solution. Tufanye nini? Je, hawa wa South Africa, kwa sababu sasa hivi kuna era nyingine inakuja kwamba South Africa wanafukuzwa Nigeria, Ghana huko na wenyewe, kwa sababu wa Nigeria ndo wako wanaangaliwa na yani kama vile wa Nigeria ndo wameanzisha ile wa foreigner kuhitajika South Africa. So na pia na wa Nigeria na wenyewe wameamua kwamba hawataki wa South Africa. Niachie comment hapo tujue tunafanya nini. Mi kama mtu ambaye nimekulia South Africa, hichi kitu na condemn sana. I condemn kwa sababu South Africa the place ambayo mimi nimekulia, ni place ambayo mimi nilikuwa naona it's the most potential country in the whole Africa, kwa sababu ni nchi ambayo iko developed na nchi ambayo ilikuwa inatazamwa na Afrika na nchi nyingi sana za Afrika pamoja, kwa sababu uhuru wa South Africa umepiganiwa, wa Malawi wamepigania uhuru wa South Africa, wa Tanzania wamepigania uhuru wa South Africa, Botswana imepigania uhuru wa South Africa, Mozambique imepigania uhuru wa South Africa, Angola imepigania uhuru wa South Africa, Nigeria imepigania uhuru wa South Africa. All this country, like many country, African country, they fought for South African freedom. So when it comes to this, it's a mystery. They cannot be explained. It like why is our people has turned our back from the. There's a guy saying, "Are you South African?" No, I'm not South African, brother. I'm Tanzanian. I'm from Tanzania. I'm from Dar es Salaam, but I grew up in Cape Town, South Africa. But right now, like we are like really need to talk about what's going on in South Africa. Okay, our people. This is our own people, our own brothers. I saw a video, where this what's the name? This lady who is like reading all this xenophobia thing. What's the name? This girl? What's the name? Reminding me what's the name, but name is Jacinta or something like that. Yeah. I mean, there were like two ladies, and then approaching this Senegalese. I don't know, he was a Nigerian guy. So they were like asking him, and then the two ladies, Jacinta and her other friends, whatever, two black lady, and there was a white lady. You understand? And then what happened is that was very strange. And then the guy and the white lady, she was also like together with Jacinta, pushing it, talking to this foreigner guys, go back to your country and blah blah blah. And what happened is that, so the guy he went close to Jacinta and said, "You see my skin, and me and her we look the same. You don't look the same. You white." And then Jacinta jumped and said that, no, she's one of us. Like Jacinta, a black woman say defending a white person that she is together. They are together. So together, white and black South Africans are chasing out black African from South Africa. I mean, the same guy, the same person, I think, maybe the father of this white lady, not even the father, maybe even her. The days of apartheid, she used to discriminate. She used to not like South Africans, black South Africans. I was like, when I saw this video, I mean, like, Jacinta defending a white South African, like to this to how should I put this, to destroy other black men, a black man. I was like, we've become like animal. I mean, we don't have that capacity of mind to think. Yani tumepoteza ufahamu wa kufikiri kwamba ni nini haswa ambacho ni nini ambacho tunakitazamia kwenye hii issue ya kwamba ni explain tu kwamba ni ambaye nilikuwa niko very shocked kusikia maneno haya kutoka kwa Jacinta, ambaye ni anaongoza haya maandamano kuhusu kuwatoa wa South Africa, kwamba walikuwa watatu, black women na Mwafrikana ambaye ni white lady. Sasa huyu mwanamke mweupe alikuwa yuko pamoja na wakina Jacinta, wanamfukuza Nigeria ambaye ni black man, ambaye ni mwanaume mweusi. Yani alafu sasa yule mwanaume mweusi akamface mwanamke mweupe, anamwambia angalia, mimi na yeye sisi tuna ngozi moja, wewe inakuhusu nini? What it's got to do with you? Let us discuss our conflict. Sasa Jacinta anamwambia hapana, yani hapana, huyu yuko pamoja na sisi. Yani mwanamke wa South Africa mweusi anamtetea mwanamke Mwafrikana kwamba ye yuko pamoja na wenzie kutaka kumtoa au kumwambia huyu mwanaume mweusi aondoke Afrika. It's crazy. I mean, when you see this issue and I'm like, I think it just maybe because why I moved out of South Africa. Because me, I grew up there. Yani nimekulia kule na nimeona yani kuna watu wana capacity of thinking. Yani wana mawazo ya ya kufikiria kwamba najaribu kuangalia message hapa. Watu wananitumia message, please drop me a comment of what you think about even clip ambayo Jacinta alikuwa kama mmeiona nyie Watanzania wenzangu, kama huko Kenya pale Nairobi, ni dropie comment mtu wangu wa Nairobi pale, tuzungumze maana hizi issue ni issue ambazo ukiangalia zinatia hasira sana. Tunatia hasira kwamba imagine tunakwenda wapi kama Waafrika, tunakwenda wapi kama wa Tanzania na wa South Africa. I mean, mimi nakumbuka wakati niko South Africa nimekuwa sana na washikaji ambao ni wa South Africa, ambao ni wa Malawi, wa Nigeria, wa Ghana, Senegali. You see, we treat each other like brothers and sisters, you see. I'm sure that you see, I think when we go back and realize that haya makosa tunayoyafanya kwa ajili ya hivi vitu ambavyo tunawafanyiana sisi kama Waafrika, end of the day watu weupe wanatucheka, they laugh on us white people they just stay back and then relax and say, this is the level of black people why now in a like, yani level ya mtu mweusi South Africa, akili yake ya kufikiria ndio imefika hapo. Na I think kwamba kama wangekuwa wamerealize of kwamba ni nini ambacho kinatakiwa kifanyike. Ni kwamba ni vitu gani ambavyo vya kufanya, wasaidiane wasaidiane kama Waafrika, na pia wasaidiane kama ni watu ambao wanahitaji sana akili mpya, na Mungu amewawekea foreigner ili kujaribu reform, kujaribu kutengeneza blood mpya ya Waafrika, lakini wakawa ni wa South Africa. Please make sure unani follow, make sure unabonyeza hapo subscribe button hapo kama bado unaniangalia live, na pia please share and niachie comment hapo ili tuweze kwenda sawa. Kama kuna kingine ambacho unakitaka labda chat na mimi hapa, nataka nijue kutoka kwako wewe. Kuna huyu jamaa ambaye aliniuliza kuhusu labda mimi ni South Africa. Nimwambia no, mimi sio South Africa. I'm not from South Africa, but I've lived in South Africa. I grew up in South Africa. So pretty much that's all. I just started this live in terms of let's discussing about what's going on, and then I'm sure, you see, end of the day we'll come to the end to say, okay, you know what, we all African, we need to come together, we need to appreciate each other, we need to understand that, you know, Africa of yesterday, you know, we need to bring more new mindsets, we need to bring new blood, we need to set up a plan of how do we want Africa to be, how do we want South African to be. You see, if you're gonna have a Zulu, if you're gonna have a Xhosa, if you're gonna have Ndebele or whatever, let's keep the culture. But what we want, our enemy, like say white people, every day they come in the table and think about how do they need to conquer Africa, how they need to conquer us. But us, look how we are. And we sit down, we on the table discussing about how we need to chase away the non-South African foreigners. You see, and then to see and to say that they taking your jobs and your women. That's the mindset of South African right now. How that mindset is, this is what we need, and this is what you South African actually wanted. White people sit down every single day, even not to see every single day, every time they sit down discussing how do they need to conquer Africa, they need to conquer our black people. And the black people sit down discussing about how they need to chase away the foreigner in South Africa. Those are the mindset of black people in South Africa right now. Where are we going? This mindset, it really can develop, it can really plan how African in 10 years to become. Like how can a South African person plan of what has to be done, or what can be done in the next 10 years or even 20 years or 50 years? How can it develop, or how can it make African to be the great nation or in the world? All we need is to pray for you South African brothers and sisters, to leave this nonsense of that foreigners are taking your jobs. Please make sure you leave me a comment. Let's discuss about that. Whatever you say, I'm good. Yes, I've got this other guy. What is his name again? Likats. Likats says he just say hello and appreciate, man. I'm glad that for those who were tuning in terms of discussing the issue of xenophobia in South Africa. I think for my time right now, I'm gonna end right here. If you have anything, please drop me a comment right now. I can read your comment. Help. Or what plan do you have? What do you have in terms of you can share with me and discuss. Let's finish up and how do we need to take Africa to the next level. Not to have this kind of mindset of our brothers in South Africa. Yeah, man. For us here in Tanzania, man, I just want to wish all the South African people peace and love. Always, don't condemn for foreigners. You must look inside yourself. Like when you point fingers to someone, these other fingers, how many fingers are pointing on you? 3 fingers pointing you. Like when you do this, there's 1 finger 3 fingers pointing you, 1 finger pointing the person that you're pointing, and 1 finger it's up. You understand? 1 finger is up to who? God, and the big finger is up to God. So pray to God that you will realize next time that the enemy is not your brothers and sisters. The enemy, it's your mindset. The enemy is you. It's you and the white people that still has the more resource in your country. You're fighting to have jobs, to be employed, other than fighting to start producing, to start farming, you see. And you fighting for, I just want to say, goodbye and then have peace and until next time.